I miss the days when video games weren't trying to outdo and outspend one another, but instead they were trying to tell stories that resonated with the human experience. I miss those days so badly because I feel like video games in some ways have turned a corner into um, almost like the Michael Bay era of video games. What's bigger, what's better, what's more graphically enhanced, and like we are getting very small returns on the graphical stuff now. We're arguing about is the latest game 40 frames per second or 30. When we play games that resonate with our humanity again, well, it's digital mythologies at that point. There's stories that help us think more deeply about who we are and what we want to be and our highest ideals and our greatest hopes and dreams. And that is lost, I think. And in some ways, you know that I am like number one Square Enix fan. I love them with all my heart. But in some ways, I think that over the last decade, there has been a lot of losing their way. When my class talks about Final Fantasy 15, you guys, do you know the scenes that they talk about? They talk about Noctis and Prompto on the rooftop, having a normal conversation that many of them have had over the course of their lives. They talk about the pictures that they've taken in their lives and what that means to them, and which picture they would take into the final exam of their life, right? They don't always talk about the most grandiose battles. You know what they don't talk about ever? The Leviathan fight. And I love the Leviathan fight. It's a lot of fun, but they don't talk about it. They talk about Luna's parting words to Noctis because there's something about those kind of guiding, romantic and mentoring words that really resonate with them. When I show them that cutscene of Luna imparting the ring to Noctis, they tell me stories about their parents' last words to them before they left them for college and dropped them off at college. And they tell me the story of how they developed responsibility in themselves. And I think that should be the goal. Tell human stories in a beautiful and elegant way. And it doesn't take a lot of money. I think that that's where games like Expedition 33 are so potent and powerful. I think that Clair Obscur has in some ways rekindled what Final Fantasy X did. I don't know Yuna, but I've had many Yunas in my life, you know? I don't know Prompto. I have many Promptos in my life. My favorite games have always spoken to a deep sense and experience of humanity in me.